Working through the kissing.
Oh, it's been so long.
It has. This is Groundhog Day. I was on Loose Women at lunchtime. Very you saw it. So I'm getting my own back now.
Oh, dear. It's good. We like it.
So, is it easier having people on your own show than going on somebody else's, or is it easier?
Well, of course it is, because we're in control.
We're in control.
I feel very scared.
We've got something you said to me before. We've got an earpiece, and we haven't now.
We haven't now. Yes, because those of us who present work on an earpiece, and we can get timings and things. And when I go on there or they come on here, they take your earpiece out. It's rather like taking your thumb out of your mouth, isn't it? What are they? I mean, who's been on the longest now out of all of you?
I've been on just over 10 years now.
Gosh.
Been going 13 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time, isn't it? But it's such a unique show. There's nothing like it. Never could be anything like it. They couldn't do Loose Men.
Well, they tried, but apparently...
Stick about.
We did,
yeah.
We did
Well,
Loose.
I'm going to try in a little while, so stick around.
I'm a new girl.
Are you a new girl? How long?
Is it 2 years?
It's not.
It's 2 years now. Yeah, it seems like 5 minutes, doesn't it?
Wow.
Andrea, you're one of the anchors, along with Carol. I mean, is that
right.
hard? Are they hard to keep under control?
Some days, obviously, it depends on the topic, because if it's something quite fun and light-hearted, then everyone kind of gets stuck in. Obviously, the whole purpose of the show is to provide light and shade, so if things get a little bit political and a little bit heated, it can be tricky sometimes, so I have to gird my loins, take a deep breath and jump in.
The fall.
And if you've got the likes of Street Porter on today...
Well, absolutely.
The trouble with Janet Street Porter, she never has an opinion on anything,
No,
does she?
She's got a massive self-esteem.
The point about Loose Women is that we're all very different.
Yeah,
and they're very different girls now, aren't they? And you know, so it depends who the four are. I mean, it can turn into the most almighty row.
Oh, the morning meetings are just brilliant. I've never known anything like
I think it could take 2 days.
Yes, porridge flying around the room.
We talked like nobody's listening. Best guests you've had on?
Oh, there's so many. Robbie Williams was lovely.
Oh, I'll bet.
I tell you, I think mine was it was either Cliff Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was such a legend, and he was one of those people you think, blimey, it's like being mad in two swords. You know, there's this guy.
Imagine two swords.
I think you mean for the right reasons. You don't mean it was like a waxwork, do you?
Oh, no, sorry, no.
She doesn't.
It looked really good, though. No, it just meant, you know, because he was so famous and so iconic, and I thought, I can't believe he's here. And he was such a lovely fan. And also Roger Moore was amazing.
I mean, you must find this as well. You find that the bigger the star, actually, the more down-to-earth they are.
Sarah, the more down-to-earth they are, and the more understanding they are of need to block things and work out where you're going to stand.
Yeah.
And often, between you and me and the gatepost, it's the new ones who come on, who won't rehearse, won't do this, won't see you, will come on, I won't look this way.
And have the biggest entourage and make the biggest fuss about things.
But that's because they don't know about the business, do they? They just come in and they just think that's what you do.
So,
I mean, do you remember Alan Alda from MASH? He came on. I was so gobsmacked with the fact I was sitting next to Alan Alda anyway, but he was the sweetest, the most gentle man, and yet one of the biggest giants in our business. I was just gobsmacked at how lovely he was.
What about the worst ones, then? Are we allowed to say? Because you're Loose Women, you talk freely.
Well, I can tell you the worst experience, and that would be, he started off being one of our best guests, and it was Seal, you know, the singer Seal. What a wonderful man.
Heidi Klum.
That's right.
It was our joint experience,
and it was our, and he'd been on before, and he was wonderful, so we were really looking forward to meeting him again. Well, he fell asleep in the dressing room, and they couldn't rouse him. So we, you'll know this talkback thing again, as I'm reading my link to say, and coming up in, you know, just 1 minute, I could hear, they can't find him. They can't keep talking, keep talking. They can't rouse him. And I had to say, we will be speaking to Seal in a moment. Sally, your husband's a musician.
All of a sudden we started talking about Steve's drumming.
Because that's always the best way to finish a conversation.
And then
because it was a bit musical.
When we did finally get him, he wasn't making an awful lot of sense, because he'd just woken up.
I think what happened, he'd done this massive... I think he'd been pushed too much by the music business, by his management, and he was shattered.
Do you find Americans sometimes don't quite get on your wavelength, particularly?
Yeah, they don't really understand, you know, that. Well, actually, but they've got their own show like this in America, so you'd think that they would.
And with Friends and Frasier, which we think are quite ironic.
It's interesting. I think they're more primed than the stars over here, so I call it like an LA spiel. So they have this thing that
they have a script, you see, ready for the answers, don't they?
I tell you who didn't, though. Patrick Duffy.
Yeah.
He was the one most natural.
Well, of course, we could go on talking like this forever,
Sorry.
and we're going to talk in a little minute, but you may have seen my appearance on the girls' show earlier today when they tried to turn me into an honorary loose woman. Stick around, because after the break I'll be turning the tables on them and seeing if they can cut it in a man's world. Plus, be very afraid. Plus, with 100 pets abandoned every day, we meet 4 perfect pets, desperate for a loving home, and lots of others too. We'll be back in a bit.